Starting now.
No, Echo, cancel the timer. Can you set the timer for 15 minutes? I did not say
Sorry,
50.
I'm not sure about that.
Okay, you know what? Not today. We're not even going to let her. Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Grand Risings. Grand Risings. Grand Risings, guys. How are you? It is currently 9:47 a.m. in Arizona. And I am Coach Kenya Elliott. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Or you can call me just Kenya. Good morning, Selena. So glad to have you. You know what time it is. It's time for us to get our reading done. Remember, we're doing it every day. I'm showing up every day. I'm asking you to do it with me. Good morning, Percy and Ash. Grandmother, Tamika. Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. Okay, I already been on the phone with my girls. So I got my lady energy in me. I got my grown people energy in me. I have so many women around me that are full of wisdom and knowledge that I get to work with. I'm privileged. I'm privileged to work with some of God's divinely created women, and I'm grateful and humbled and so excited for that. Thank you, guys. Good morning. Welcome in. Rise Trav, I see you in the building. Good morning, Dee. Love Nick. Good morning, Brittany. Good morning, girly. How are you? Have y'all been doing it with me? Are you new? Are you just stopping by? Okay, good morning, Love Mick. Oh, from the other day, I remember you. Thank you so much for stopping by. Thank you. I'm so glad to see y'all. Shall we get into it? It's in the middle of the day. I'm a little bit later than normal because y'all know I've been out in these streets. Just running errands, that's all. But yeah, it's a little bit later than normal, so I'm not going to take much of your time because I usually try to come early. But I'm just going to beg you and please ask you if you don't mind tapping the like button in the different on the different platforms, just to let me know you've made it in the building. And if you are on that weight loss and wellness journey and you've grabbed up my weight loss products, guess what? This is specifically for you because I like to support you as much as possible to success. I want to inundate you with all the knowledge, access, and information you need to succeed. I don't want to just give you the nuggets that you can find on Google. I want to give you some good old science back, research study, third party from the top university type behavior, okay? I like to do it big. I don't do it at all. I'm that girl that you want to invite to happy hour, and everyone else is going to have on blue jeans and t-shirt and tinty shoes. I am probably going to have on a wedding dress and a big hat and lots of bling and brightness. And guess what? I didn't put that on for you, Bookie. I put that on for me. See, I've died 9 times, so I have a whole different concept of how I live today. I don't live like I used to. I don't even live like I did yesterday. I choose daily on a regular basis to decide if I'm going to rise. I have to choose in my brain because I suffer from trauma and diseases from the past that try to sneak up on me, and they try to create a sense of fear in today's time, which is why we're doing this very subject here. Welcome to Face Your Fears, Face Your Fronts with Coach King and Lachelle Elliott. If you're new here, drop a blue heart in the chat so I can honor you in this space. If you follow me, roll with me, rock with me, and you know what we do here. You know what it's about. Y'all know what I said yesterday. I said you got 48 hours. To make something happen before 31 is gone. 31 ain't gone yet. This just 31. This 12/31 or 24. Because it's 12/31 or 24. That means you can still make something happen in your own life. Make the decision. Good morning. Good morning. Is it Korshan? Good morning, beautiful. Good morning. Good morning, Irise Boutique. Welcome in, everybody. I'm so glad to have you, Shirley and Sandra. Welcome in, girly girl. Blue Heart, welcome in, girly girl. Where are you from? I'm in Arizona, guys. It's just now 9:50. It's just now 9:50. Just a little bit about who I am. If you're wondering who that person is behind me, that is very large. That is my past. And if that looks similar to like a past you may possibly live or have lived, you are in the right space. God has done good by you today. The higher power that you honor and serve has done good by you today because, baby, he brought you a true example of what is possible when you do not quit and when you believe in what's possible for yourself more than everybody else. Good morning, Kiara. How are you, beautiful? Mona Pona's in the building. Welcome into our mods. They're rolling in. Good morning, Tulip. How are you, New Life 7? Good morning, Mrs. R. Welcome in. Okay. What we do here, let me tell you really quick, and we're going to do it. So I myself have been on social media, I don't know, for several years. As you guys were here yesterday, if you were here yesterday, Atlanta in the building, bam, girly girl, thank you so much. And I'm inspired by you. You know why I'm inspired by the people that say they're inspired by me? Because of the boldness and the grit it takes for us to, in today's time, to be able to say that. That is inspiring to me, because I was the one afraid before. I've stood in fear. I've stood in fear that's literally stolen me from completing programs and businesses and relationships and friendships. Fear has locked me inside of my own soul for long times. Fear is something that it's not seen. You can't touch it. You can't feel it. It's as similar as that other word that starts with an F called faith. And you can't see it. And you can't touch it. So unfortunately, because you can't see it and you can't touch it, the visionary things that you see will allow you to be in fear or faith, because we can't touch it. We can't go grab faith and hold it and say, I got you. But our brains can adapt to fear and run with it religiously, obsessively. Our brain can adapt fear and it can drive our entire life, and we have no idea we are even living afraid. I remember I was afraid to stand up with people so they could make any joke about me and say anything they wanted to about me, because I was afraid to stand up for myself, until I learned that I needed to. Until I learned that what I allowed people to get away with because of my fear is how they treated me. And because they didn't treat me like I thought I deserved to be treated, I was often mistreated. But the person mistreating me didn't know they were mistreating me, because I was in too much fear to tell them from the very beginning that I didn't like what they were doing. We're just talking about fear today. Nothing. You don't got to buy nothing. You don't even got to tap the like button. It's New Year's Eve. And if you don't get nothing else from right now, right here, I want you to share this live, because what I want to pour on you is some energy. Because see, there was a New Year's Eve where I was planning my funeral. See, I need you to understand why I'm so passionate, why I keep showing up. I don't care if it's one person in this room or no person's in this room, because I'm a person. So as long as I show up, I'm watching myself change. You see, I need to do this for me. It's about you, but it's about me. See, I know many people get on here and say, if I can only change one person. I've said that a time or two, but I'm going to be honest with you. On December 31st of 2024, I'm only focused on changing myself. And in the process, I pray that my process in changing will allow you to see authentically what this thing looks like long term. I don't know anything about a microwave or air fryer. See, I didn't do this in the microwave or the air fryer, baby. I did this in the convectional oven. You know that, baby, you got to cut down on 250 and do it long and strong and slow. That's how I did it. I don't mind if you do it by the air fryer. I don't mind if you do it by the microwave. I'm just letting you know, if you ever wanted to say that it can't be done naturally, because I be hearing some of y'all throw shade at all of us natural weight loss queens. Y'all be talking about something it can't be done and maintained. Well, I'm going to shut you down and shut you around, baby. Figure it out. 479 pounds naturally. No form of dieting at all, because I can't take it. I have a brain that doesn't like it. It has to feel normal for me. It has to feel like a lifestyle. It has to feel like something that I'm doing because there's a relevancy to it other than what I can see. Because I just explained to you that because fear can take over my thinking, I lose my faith. And because I easily lose faith in things, I have to be able to grab it. And if I can't grab it, I got to be consistent enough. Thank you for the gifts to get there regardless of what I see. Because what I'm pursuing, I can't see it. I ain't talking about nothing. Good morning. Thank you so much, Empress. Welcome back. Good morning. Good morning, Shug. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in, you guys. Thank you so much for being here. Let's get into today's reading. Okay. If you're new here, I'm going to go ahead and take my sister has her own company, and she does all my herbs. So as you guys know, I live with a condition which I manage all naturally because I'm allergic to the treatments that they offer for women who suffer with a form of anti-phosphorus lipid crossed over to terminal hypercoagulation, which means I have bled to death and I have also clotted to death. My disease has actually caused me to be unalived. Because of those things, I'm unable to take the treatments that is normally for patients like me. I know women that have my disease, they get treatment from their diseases, et cetera, et cetera. Unfortunately, I'm allergic. As a result, I do all natural. I'm always looking for something natural, and I've been able to find those things and achieve these results and keep them off for over 10 years. Happy anniversary to me for believing in myself so much that no matter what has showed up in my life over the last 10 years, I have never picked up a morsel of food to drown my feelings out and to go back yo-yoing. I have never gained hundreds of pounds back. I have never had serious injuries that prevented me from staying focused. I've actually broke my back on this journey. I stayed focused. I was laid up in the hospital in ICU for a whole month. I stayed focused. I was stuck in a house during COVID, couldn't go to nobody's outside because of my condition, but I stayed focused. You see, I'm one of those people that you meet along your path of life that has that level of discipline and determination, and you wonder how they got it. Let me tell you, I'm going to tell you how I got it. I got it because I let the world beat me down so low that there was nothing left in my body but doubt, fear, and death. And I had to decide what I was no longer willing to be. And I was no longer willing to walk around like a dead tomb no more. Nope. I was no longer willing to walk around like a lonely, broken soul, like I wasn't worth anything of value. Nope. And I was no longer willing to accept the fact that somewhere along the way, a piece of food, a potato chip, a behavior was going to take me out of the game and not allow me to leave any impression or legacy on this earth. No, I'm not willing to accept that. And if you're not, you should be hitting the like button. It should make you uncomfortable. If you're in the same situation I'm speaking about, you should be anxious this morning. You should be caught up in the moment like, oh my God, that is me. I gotta get free. Many of us don't even want to really get free. We're too comfortable with where we are. See, I was comfortable because I was a cute big girl and I had money. So what I would do is I got my hair and my nails done every week so I stay cute. But I bought these expensive ass tennis shoes and bags. So even if I was 500 pounds, I had on the most expensive items and everywhere I went because that's how I move, because that's the only way I could validate my existence. That's sad. But many of y'all still doing that right now. And I'm glad I'm free. I'm going to go shop wherever they say shop. I don't got to have the name brand stuff. Because see, well, here's what happened. See, you heard me say I almost died. So at that funeral, you know, when they go to size you for a casket, because they do that. See, some of y'all don't even know how serious this is when you done ate yourself to damn near death. Did you know when they were asking me about my casket, nobody asked me about my purses or shoes or bags? Nobody was asking me what pieces of jewelry I was taking in the casket. And did you know they take all that stuff off of you when you die? Unless your family pays for you to be buried with it. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know that? Okay, let me, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Nisa. Let me drop a nugget in you, and then we're going to get on our reading, and I'm going to leave y'all people alone. I ain't going to bother y'all on New Year's Eve because y'all don't want what I'm pumping. I'm pumping something out, but I don't like to pressure people to take what I'm giving. Okay? That's all I'm saying. I ain't going to stress y'all today. I know I go hard, but I'm actually like this all the time. Ask the girls. Actually, matter for today, we call her grandmother. She's in the live right now. I actually, before I got live, was about to call her because I be fussing at my ladies. I be fussing at them. So she said, Coach, I'm still your elder. You need to respect me. I said, yes, ma'am, I understand. Because I never want to disrespect my ladies or make them feel no kind of way. But I am going to ride you. I don't care how old you are. I'm going to ride you on my part of the expertise. But I don't want to ever do it where I've made you feel disrespected. But guess what? You're going to hear my voice in your head. I'm going to make sure. I don't care if you're 90. If you're 90 and you work with me, you're doing the same work as the 50-year-olds. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm going to be in your head. I'm going to be on your back. I'm going to be on your back. Because remember, the thing is, God gave me a purpose. And once I pray and he tells me, yep, this is the one. And then he starts showing me what I'm supposed to be doing to get you where you need to be. It's over for you. It's over for you. Now, any issues you got, go on and take it to him. Because don't bring them to me. Go on and y'all know who I'm talking about. Because I see both of y'all. I see my team in all these lives. Some of y'all on Instagram. I see y'all. I know y'all usernames. And then it's about 5 of y'all in this one. Then I see the 3 of y'all just enrolled in this other one. So I see y'all on all platforms. I see y'all trying to bombard me. So these are for y'all. Let me talk louder. If you think I'm lighting up in 2025, Why don't you ask one of the old girls that's been here since 21? Each year it gets more intensive. So welcome to an intensified version of what you agreed to. Good morning, Mocha. Welcome to an intensified version of what you agreed to. You should have hired somebody that didn't care, but you hired me. And I care. And I care because when I laid in that bed, no one cared enough to help me get up. I had to do that. You see what I'm saying? No one told me, Coach, you can get from right there if you look at your thinking. No one was telling me that it wasn't the food all the way. It was me and how I was behaving with it. I had to sit long enough and almost die to discover that, wait a minute, why can't I stop thinking about food? Why is it that when I just ate, I'm already planning my next meal in this hospital bed? Why is it that you can go under my hospital bed in this hospital and get any snack you want to because I'm ordering bulk food from grocery stores and having it delivered to a hospice facility? Why am I ordering $300 to $400? Good morning, Mocha. Of DoorDash and from different restaurants that are delivered to the hospital facility so I can have access to food. Why? Because I was living within an active food addiction, and because no one, they were afraid to say something. You understand what I'm trying to tell y'all? Your family member is scared to tell you because they don't want to hurt you. Because they don't want to hurt you. Because I knew in my brain something wasn't right, but I couldn't fix it on my own. It didn't matter about the surgery. It didn't matter about medicine. It didn't matter about calorie counting. It wasn't about the gym. All of those things only intensified my obsession. They didn't make them better. And then I can't remember, at one point I started looking at some of my practicum studies I had done. And I noticed that in some of the case studies I did, there was a co-occurring cross addiction. And they sounded like me. And I'm not really sure why I didn't see that when I was doing those. I'm missing a comment. Am I missing? If I miss your comment, just say, Coach, read my comment, because sometimes I do miss them. I didn't know then that I had been studying and reading about myself and my habits and my behaviors from the trauma. But I do today. All right. We are on day 27. We are coming from our first book, which is Fear Not, 365. 365 Days of Fear Not. You can grab this off of Amazon. Many of you have already gotten the book. So let's hop into day 27. We are doing good, y'all. We've been doing this, showing up every day for 30 days. Some of you have been showing up for yourself every day for 30 days to get this reading, to get the motivation. You know, sometimes people think we got to do something harder, but it can be as simple as, you know what, I'm going to go check out Coach and see what that book say today. It can be something like that. And you may hear a word or two. Somebody may drop a comment in the live that may change your life forever, because it's not just my story you get to hear when I'm live, but many of the ladies and men in my lives, they begin to share their weight loss journeys, how much weight they've lost from being on a journey, from how far they out from their surgery, or if they're preparing for their surgery. Oh, I wanted to say this. I have a sticky note. If I message you, your messages we're putting out. If you message me, you're new here, welcome in, Prince. Welcome in. If you're new here, my name is Coach Kenya. I'm a weight loss and wellness guru. I promote and provide scientifically backed weight loss and wellness products and services. I work on a clinical team. I run a therapeutic weight loss intensive outpatient program that can be done in person or virtually. And my services are provided by myself and a group of 6 other individuals who specialize in things such as nutrition, health and wellness, calisthenics, sports science, medicines, and the different varieties, because they give me the knowledge that I need, and they help me provide you with the all-around therapeutic experience, so you're able to break the bondage that you may have been connected to that's relating to your wellness and weight issues. So what I do is not only about your weight. So if you're looking to just diet, that's not what we do here. What I do is actually give you a therapeutic safe space that is therapeutically connected with the clinical team to clinically support you in the area of weight loss that many people don't have. Let's say nobody really has, which is actual therapeutic weight loss coaching and therapy. I'm not talking about us just sitting in a group. I'm talking about we're actually applying concepts, CBT therapeutic techniques. We're using Freud. We're using Jung. We're using Mary. We're using all the different existentialist therapists who work in the field of mental health and wellness. We're utilizing these techniques to look at the connections that our brain and our body may have made with food. And then we're dealing with them. We're creating coping systems. Okay. So it's a little bit different than just a meal plan. So I know if you're just now seeing me, you're saying, oh my God, it's just another person who lost a lot of weight. I'm not. I'm actually a person who was in hospice, paralyzed from the waist down on 62 medications, half dead. And I didn't just lose weight. I was able to attack 20 years of trauma, abuse, and neglect. And because I got healthy mentally, physically, I was able to lose over 479 pounds naturally and keep it off. As a retired professional provider in the mental health arena, I am able to provide myself and others with the knowledge and education to achieve this thing through the mind so that the body responds. That's what we do here. It's deep, but it's real. And if you're new here, you are welcome here. Thank you so much, Prince. Thank you. You are welcome here. There's no mountain I haven't already climbed and no rock I haven't already overturned. I promise you, I've tried to rethink, overthink, and think it through before I bring it to you. Why? Because I want to give you legitimate science-backed stuff that you can actually go out and do merely by just getting the knowledge. Okay? Thank you guys so much for the love. I'm so honored. I am. Thank you for joining my team, Prince. I think you might be the number 3 person that joined me. Thank you. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you for the love. Please always follow my top gifters, you guys. As you know, you don't have to give gifts here. I just ask that you hit the like button so I can know you're in the room. I don't use the platform, unfortunately, because I am a business. My biggest platform cannot do any form of content creation. So it's literally for the sole purposes of sharing with you the therapeutic techniques that we've scientifically studied over here. And we found that have worked after working with over 14,000 women in 14 countries. That's pretty much all I do. Thank you so much for joining my team. I love what I do. You just come sit with me and talk with me. Like I said, if it's just one of me, I'm gonna be here. And if it's 10 of us, I'm gonna be here. And if it's 50 of us, I'm gonna be here. And if it's 5,000 of us, I'm still gonna be here. And if that's all I can do to show you that you can do it too, then that's what we're doing. Because I need it. I ain't cured. I told you I had an addiction. You know, they don't go away. They just get better. You know, addictions don't go away. They go into remission, kind of. You know that? Like an addiction is like a terminal illness. You just go in remission from it. Meaning at any moment, there's any there's certain circumstances that can trigger my disease to come back on, just like cancer. I can go, if I make the wrong mistake, I can go to the liquor store one day and slip up and come out of the liquor store out of remission. You understand what I'm saying? Did y'all get that? Did y'all catch it? I can go to the doctor one day and they can take a test and realize I slipped out of remission. I can go to the liquor store and slip up and slip out of remission. Oh, thank you so much, Prince. Thank you. So what I want you to understand, what I want you to know is once you realize what the stronghold is, it is okay if you have to say to yourself, because many of us are scared to admit that we might have a food addiction. I don't know why. That's why your butt done had the surgery and done had 17 different injectable medications, because your brain got some issues. It's okay. Nothing is wrong with that. I'm literally a therapist with 20 some odd years of experience. And I'm telling you, it is okay to say I'm a professional and I got some problems. It's okay. What they gonna do? Beat you up? Can't nobody beat you up. You grown. Anybody, these are all 18 and over lives. So beat you, they can't beat you up. If you suffer from depression, let somebody know. It's all right. What they gonna do? Make fun of you? They depressed too. They just don't know what it looks like in another way. Did you know depression can actually look like, this is crazy about depression and fear. Did you know depression, it actually can be insomnia? Did you know you get see, education, knowledge, you got to get it. You got to get it. You got to get it. Some of us think because we're not doing the things that the book says we need to be doing to be depressed, that we're not depressed. Did you know that it looks different on everybody? Did you know a depressed person can get up every day, go to work, raise their kids, be on time, serve the church, run the choir, run the building, run the job, and still want to die every day? Did y'all know that? Oh, y'all don't want what I'm doing. Let me stop. Echo. Pause. Day 27. Because y'all don't want what I'm about to do. If you even been here 5 minutes, you know I'm something serious. Day 27. But I didn't start here. That's what I want you to know. I didn't start here. Honey, I was as broken as a ceramic piece of glass put back together with super glue with half the pieces missing, child. Day 27. It is written, and Samuel said unto the people, fear not. You have done all this wickedness, yet torn not aside from following the Lord, but serve the Lord with all your heart. 1 Samuel 12 and 20. The principle. Fear holds you back from correcting wrongs. I see your comment. Let me grab it. Let me grab the comment. It says, Prince said, I'm getting depressed for a while. I'm getting better. I'm a single dad for 6 years. Not easy raising a little one. You are so right, Prince. Listen, I totally 100% agree. And I know what you mean. And a lot of people don't realize what it's, because we always validate single moms because that's the commonality. We very rarely have safe spaces for single dads to safely express themselves. And it's so funny because the 2 men that I actually work with, they're actually single dads. Not because something bad happened, but because their wives are no longer with us. But the point I'm making is that's so weird that you said that about depression, because that's one of the ways. Can I see your picture? Yes, baby. That's one of the ways that I realized that depression really looks different on everybody. It's because some of the gentlemen that I interview for intakes for my private one-on-one program, it's not a lot of men reach out to me, but I've had a couple actually come from TikTok, right? And one of the things that they shared with me when they spoke with me, even because they were doing everything that needed to be done, they talked about these feelings that were dwelling, that were permanently dwelling. And the feelings were those of a depressed state. But because their daily obligation, guys, when your daily obligation is so heavy, you actually don't have time to acknowledge your emotional maturity, your emotional sobriety. My ex, her mom, oh my gosh, Prince, that's so I'm sorry to hear that, but that's so God, that's so divine, that's so, and so aligned with what we're speaking on, right? Just that sense of fear that we can get into when we don't know how we're going to do it. When we are on that road of just pushing through to get to the other side, we aren't able to really acknowledge loss, grief, sadness, doubt, disappointment, lack of success, poverty, deprivation. We're not able to actually sit and look into those emotional spaces because we have to provide. We are at a time in our country where providing is king, not caring for self-care, not being focusing on your emotional sobriety. That's not king right now. We're not in a country where they're saying go get physically healthy. We're not in a country where they say, not physically healthy, but mentally healthy. We're in a country where we have to have a month for mental health awareness because we're so unaware mentally. Like, our country doesn't have free mental health, but if we have free mental health, more people will be mentally stable so they can make more better physical choices. We would have less of an epidemic related to health crises. But you know what? Let me get off that horse today. 27. Fear holds you back from correcting your wrongs. Would you agree? Would you agree that when you walk in fear, it makes it more difficult for you to correct your wrongs? Do you think that when you make a mistake, you're less likely to apologize because of fear? Or do you think you hurry up and apologize because of fear? See, that's kind of a flip. Check that out. See, that victimized part would be I overly apologize for things that there was no reason to apologize to. And then the other flip of that fear is that I'm not able to ever stand in my incorrectness. Deep, but real. Next, prayer. Blood of Jesus, blot out the consequences of fear in my life in Jesus' name. Blot out, blood of Jesus, blot out the consequences of fear from my life in Jesus' name. 2, I receive grace to overcome all wrongs in Jesus' name. I receive grace. I know, Prince, right deep, huh? I receive grace to overcome all wrongs, okay, in Jesus' name. Are we on the same page there? I receive grace. How many people, when you make a mistake and tell the truth, don't lie, y'all. Y'all better hit the like button because if y'all lie, I'ma know. Now I wish I could see y'all. You know, I can't read behavior through the camera, but I can when you're in person. All those skills they teach us, they ain't no good virtually. Anyway, okay, don't tell the truth though. You ready? Here we go. Do you give yourself grace? Listen to the question. Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. Do you give yourself grace when you make a mistake? Good morning, TR. Do you give yourself grace when you make a mistake? No. Okay, Prince, immediately no. Grandmother, no. Zora, no. Who else? Any no's on Instagram? Any no's on YouTube? Any no's in the building? The reason why I'm actually asking, okay, here's why. It's because one of the worst things that we fail to acknowledge and forgive ourselves for, okay, is, okay, Kim is in the building. Kim Don on Instagram said no. Did you know that one of the things we forget to do is address the self-abuse that we've endured from ourselves? We can tell you stories for days, nights, weeks, and years. We can regurgitate a story about how somebody else hurt our feelings or abused us over and over and over. We can tell it till other people know it by memory. But what we won't do is tell people how abusive, neglectful, and disrespectful we are to our own selves. We won't do that, though. Grace. Something pulled me to your live. Well, I'm glad you're here, Prince. I hope that I'm able to share something with you that allows you the opportunity to open your heart and your mind to whatever God is leading you to right now for you and those little ones. I pray massive love and energy flows into your life for 2025, and that no matter what it's looked like in 2024, that you are capable and able to rise above whatever you're going through. My famous motto is, no matter what, I rise to win and endure till the end. I rise to win and endure to the end. Okay. I rise to win and endure to the end. Okay. Wait a minute. Kim said, ma'am, get off my street. Nope, Kim, I done moved in. Miss Kim, I done moved in, Kim. I live right next door. I live right next door, Miss Kim. And you're going to hear me every morning now, Miss Kim. Yep, Miss Kim, I live right next door. It's because you know what happens is that we'll tell you what they did to us. But let us be running late for an appointment and we get a consequence like they canceled the appointment, but we needed the appointment and it affected something. The whole way home, we done called ourselves most stupid, dumb, lazy, crazy. Why didn't I? Did anybody else can conjure up and string up in one sentence all in 5 minutes in our brain? We don't lower our self-esteem, knock down our self-care, beat ourselves all up in the head. And if we was in a fight, we would have a black eye, a bloody nose, and a busted lip the way we just talk to ourselves in our brain because we made a mistake. No grace. No mercy. No grace for yourself. No mercy. And you say to me, Coach, I can't stay motivated. Why would you stay motivated? Then that's who lives in your head with you. How can you? When you got somebody that abusive inside your own brain, how can you? You know what? Y'all don't want. Let me not worry about it. We made it to December 31st, y'all. Because y'all don't want what I'm about to do. Because y'all know I believe that's why I was going to end up in my grave. It wasn't the sexual abuse. It wasn't the rape. It wasn't the molestation. It wasn't the domestic violence. It wasn't the terminal illnesses. It wasn't the neglect, all of that. I can go on. I can name it. It was none of those things. You know what was about to take me out of here? Me. The way that I felt about me. You know what was about to take me out of here? What was going on in my own heart, the darkness that lived in my own heart, but yet I smiled. It was the darkness dwelling within my own heart and within my own mind that I knew that if I didn't get a hold of how I was dealing with Kenya was not going to make it. I was willing, because the pain had gotten so bad, I was willing to tap out at 30 years old. I was willing to tap out at 35. See, I kept running around. You know how you watch the water in the tub go down a drain, and when it gets close to the end, it circles around before all of it leaves, and it gets faster as it gets less until it's gone. That is what it felt like in my body, in my brain. It felt like I was always holding my breath, like someone was choking me, like I couldn't breathe, but I was breathing. It felt like there was a wound sitting right here inside of me. It wasn't until I decided to say, what is that feeling? I need to get inside of there. Thank you so much, Prince. I need to figure out why I feel like this, because if this is what I got to feel forever, I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm unable to do what I feel right down there because it won't go away. I've took a deep breath. I've blew the breath out. I've meditated. I've relaxed, but there's a hole in my soul that nothing I can do externally to close it up will happen. I've ate my way to that hole and it didn't close. I ate pizza to that hole and wouldn't close. The hole in my soul, I've tried potato chips and cookies and candies and pops, and I've tried depression and victimization, and I've tried love, and I've tried relationships to fill the hole in my soul. And baby, all I did was open it more and leak out the sadness, the guilt, the shame for not being where I think I should be, for not having what I think I should have, for hurting the people I think I hurt, for making the mistakes I know I hurt, for living in the consequences of my own condemnation. I was struggling. And I was willing to give it all up because, see, I was in pain. You see, that emotional sobriety is so serious that if you don't get a hold of it, it will drive you into spaces and you will live within a prison of your own mind and simply suffer. It'll be nothing nobody, no man, no person, no place can do. The drugs will eventually not fill the hole. The cigarettes won't fill the hole. The food won't fill the hole. It'll get so empty inside of you that there is no particular vice that will calm it down. It will begin to rage inside of you, to soar inside of you. You'll begin to stop doing the things that you once loved. You'll begin to stop going to be with the people you once used to be with. You'll stop wanting to enjoy the things you once enjoyed. And before you know it, you'll be in a tomb in every area of your life. You will work from home. You will stay home. You will always be home. And before you know it, then agoraphobia is in, and now you're scared to even go outside. This thing is real and it can get legs and grow. And when it starts to grow, you have to decide if you're willing to go to war with it. Because when I tell you, once it begins to grow, the war gets realer. I don't know if realer is a word, but I don't think it is. I do have a couple of degrees in there on the wall, and I don't think the realer that I'm spelling in my brain is a real word. But right now, we're going to call it Kenyabonics, okay? We're not going to worry about that. You get the message. Don't worry about the wording, because I don't think that's a word there, but I digress. Today's reading, December 31st, says, honor the ending. Ooh! Tap the like button if you've been here for a minute deep. You talking about me. Prince, I'm talking about you. Prince, I'm sending you massive love. I need you to catch this, Prince, and run with it. Grab a pen and a piece of paper because I'm probably going to start dropping nuggets because that is what I do here. Because I want you to rise too. You see? I don't want anyone else to have to be acknowledgeable enough to willingly pick out their own casket. I mean, I don't like the fact that I have that memory. You see? Thank you so much, Prince, for your likes. I don't like the fact that I actually have had to plan and write my own eulogy. I don't want that memory. That memory, this story that I'm telling you doesn't feel good to tell, which is why many of you have followed me for many years and you had no clue that this is a hospice facility. I don't know why I don't make it more open, but sometimes I just simply choose to focus on how I know that no matter my size, my brain was sick. And what I mean by that is I had lost focus due to the traumatic experiences that I had lived through. So in my brain, I was living from those experiences. That's deep. You got to catch it. What I'm saying to you is I was advancing all right. I was succeeding all right. I was living life all right. But in my brain, I was still attached to those incidents that occurred in my life, throughout my life, the traumas. I was living from the emotional irregularity of those experiences that were traumatic. Catch it. I was actually able to trigger emotions from the past today because I would mentally connect what happened to me then to what was happening to me now. And because the emotion was similar, I would cross them over in the same exact pain. Good morning, Doc. Good morning, lady. Good morning, Lydia. The same exact pain that I endured all those years ago, it would cross over and make me feel the same. So immediately I behaved the same. So even though you today aren't touching me or violating me sexually, the emotion of loneliness, abandonment, fear, rejection, doubt, and sadness, if you induce those emotions because they were familiar to my brain, because I hadn't replaced the familiarity, because I hadn't given my brain something else to focus those emotions on, they immediately went to that pain from there. and they associated themselves. And in that associated, it allowed me in today's time to fall in depression and anxiety, which makes me eat. And although the discussion that you and I may have just had nothing to do with me being abused, molested, touched, or anything, my brain recognizes the feeling. And it runs with just the feeling. It doesn't matter if the facts don't match, okay? It runs with the emotion, okay? And so here I am 15 years, 30 years later, I'm not getting touched anymore, but I'm walking around like a victimized child. But I'm not a child anymore. But because the triggers of my daily life are causing up emotions related to those situations, and my brain immediately runs to the schema of familiarity. Now I'm feeling what I felt then for today, but it ain't even happening to me. But my body thinks it is. My mind thinks it is. My emotion thinks it is. So I'm going to proceed with the coping skill that addresses that feeling. Deep. I know. That's that knowledge I was telling you about, that education I was telling you about. Many of us say, I ain't never been touched. I don't got no eating problem, baby. You don't. That's not the only reason why you can have trauma. Some of us don't even know what the difference, what trauma is, because we think trauma has to look like somebody dying, lying, molesting us, or beating us. And that's just so untrue. Did you know that someone can call you obese as a child, or they can call you fat as a child? And did you know your entire life you can live off that comment subconsciously, and it can make you have behaviors and actions subconsciously? And it's not until you sit down with someone that can properly and appropriately do the work to help you access that situation or that circumstance that you experienced to even help you identify that. I've been looking for you. I needed you. I needed to hear this. Well, Prince, God does that, right? And I'm so glad you're here. And I'm so glad you found me. Please click the link in my bio. Click the link on my thing and let me know I'm here for you. I got you. Hands down. Good morning. Yep, TR. I know it well. Welcome in, Fran. Because these things are real. But we don't know that they're happening until somebody helps us see it, right? Like I can be around someone and I can tell them without them telling me why they do a certain thing. They don't have to tell me why they do it. I can tell them almost pinpoint at what point or what type of situation occurred for their behavior to be that behavior. It's because of it's what I studied before I knew that I had an addiction. But the point I'm making it is when you've done it so in depth on yourself, and then you've done it as a craft to help other people, you become more familiar with what our brain and our bodies tend to do, right? Based on how we act emotionally. It's not what we're doing physically. It's actually what we're doing emotionally that kind of tells the truth or the non-truth about where we stand, right? We can say we have a lot of confidence and we love ourselves, but if we spend time in the mirror degrading our body parts and talking about how we don't like them, don't want them, don't need them, then that's contradictory to the subconscious. And now you have an internal moral conflict with what you believe about who you actually are and who you portray yourself to be. Many of us are so focused on trying to portray a different persona instead of just walking in the one that we have. It's so much better than what we're portraying. Just be this. When I start just being this, it's okay. Kind of dingy, a little blondish. I'm not really the cool kid on the block, and that's okay. I don't have to be. I used to try to be the cool kid, but I'm not the cool kid. I'm the weird, random kid. I'm the kid, like I told you, I overdress. I've always done that when I was a little girl. I'm that girl. So I'm kind of over there in the corner, and that's okay. But I used to have an issue with being in the corner because I thought I needed to be in the middle, but I don't need to be in the middle. God can bless you in the corner too. But that was something I had to learn, and I just walked into acceptance, okay? Our last reading of 2024. Honor the ending. How was your trip? A friend asked. As my trip grew to a close, I thought for a moment and then the answer came easily. It had its ups and downs. I said, there were times I felt exhilarated and sure I was on track. Other days I felt lost, confused. I'd fall into bed at night, certain that this whole trip was a mistake and a waste. But I'd wake up in the morning, something would happen, and I'd see how I'd been guided all along. The journey of the year is drawing to a close. Cherish the moments of all of them, even the ups and downs. Cherish the places you visited, the people you've seen. Say goodbye to those whose journeys have called them someplace else. Know you can always call them back by thinking about loving thoughts. Know all those you love will be there for you when you need them most. Honor the lessons you've learned and the people who've helped you learn them. Honor the journey your soul mapped out for you. Trust all the places you've been. Make a scrapbook in your heart to help you remember. Look back for a moment. Reflect in peace. Then let this year draw to a close. All parts of the journey are sacred and holy. You've learned that by now. Take time to honor this ending. Though it's never really the end, go to sleep tonight. And when you wake up in tomorrow, a new adventure will begin. Today's quote for today. Remember the words you were told when the last adventure began. The words whispered quietly to your heart. Let the journey unfold. This way, the way has been prepared. Oh man, hold on. Let the journey unfold. Let it be magical. The way has been prepared. People will be expecting you. Yes, you are being led. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's Eve. I pray that you, if you're going out today, good morning. I am Deborah. I think you've come in a couple of times. Thank you so much for being a return supporter. Kim, I'm getting off your street finally, Miss Kim. I want to say Happy New Year. If you're going out tonight, please be safe. No matter what 2024 looks like, I want you to wake up in the morning and bust down the door to 2025. You are not even willing to accept anything less. No matter what has happened in 2024, we can't go back. No matter who we lost, we can't go refind them. No matter what was broken, we can't glue it back together. But what we can do is be willing to open our eyes and ask our higher power to allow us a new experience. Kim, you are so welcome, beautiful. I'm so glad. Don't get off your street. Okay, I'm gonna be on your street every day for the next year. So you just come back between 7 and 9 Arizona time. On the weekends, I'm a little later because I like to catch more people. But today I'm actually came on a little bit later just because it's Christmas, New Year's Eve, and I was actually not home yet. Okay, but I'm here. I'm committed to it. We showing up. We doing this thing. We digging deep, and we are facing 365 days of face our fears. We're knocking this thing out. Okay. I want you to know that no matter what, that's my famous quote, no matter the what, I will show up. The what is no matter what the item is, no matter what the item is, no matter the what, I will show up. No matter the what, I will show up. I'm going to say it again. No matter the what. No matter the what. No matter the what. Still show up. The reason why we want to show up in the darkness is because that's where we learn to understand the light. The reason why we show up in the darkness, no matter the what we show up, Prince. Good morning, Asha. It's because in the darkness, it gives us the understanding of the lightness. Don't wait till it's light to try to understand the dark. Okay. Have a beautiful day. And don't forget that you're worth it. 100% worth it. I love you guys. I will see you in 2025. Some of you been here a while. Blessings to you, Prince. And we've been doing this thing for a couple New Years together. And so if you follow me, you know that I'll be cooking later today at 4:30. We're going to make the infamous black eyed peas. If you know anything about tradition, in a lot of homes, we cook black eyed peas in our home on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day for luck. So I will be engaging in the tradition of cooking black eyed peas. In other countries, the Dutch eat donuts for good luck. The Scottish kiss everybody in the room. They named like all the different, this radio station I listened to named all the different traditions in the different countries that they do for New Year's. And I thought they were so cool. And they did indeed mention that in America, a lot of Americans make black eyed peas. And I thought, oh. And so, anywho's, also the other thing my mom didn't do on New Year's Day is she made sure all the laundry was washed on New Year's Eve. Like there was no dirty clothes in the house. It was like all these like I guess spiritual things she did. Like she washed all the clothes up before December 31st, and then the house was cleaned all the way through before they left for New Year's Eve. Like Echo, stop. The house was cleaned up. That was our timer, y'all. It means we're done. They cleaned up the house and then they cooked black eyed peas, fried chicken, fried cabbage, and something else. It was always the same thing every year. And that was the good luck meal. And I don't know if it really works, but I'm an adult and I'm cooking black eyed peas because I've been doing it. I wasn't doing it at first, but Todd makes the best black eyed peas. And so that's kind of been the tradition just now. And I can't really say that it's like a black thing because Todd's clearly white. So I guess it's a family thing. So I don't know. But you guys have a beautiful day. Thank you so much for being here. I'm honored to, hey, Toddy, good morning. I'm so honored to be allowed to stand in this purpose. So thank you so much for your love and your grace and your tenacity and for always rocking with your girl, Coach King Alicia Elliott. Any